think that entire game. So they've definitely been struggling on that regard, but we'll see. It is a new game. It is possible for them to take one out here against BetBoom, which would definitely help raise their confidence. But we're going to see them smoke potentially right into each other. And honestly, Tiny with the toss and no avalanche does kind of hurt their ability to fight here. But in comes the Coddle. Can they finish off safe? He's down at 30 HP, but he's going to live. And now it's time for BetBoom to look for more. They will back away. Nothing to say. Still up onto the high ground. He kind of just tossed the Bat Rider in place.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. A first blood for, say, the Keeper of the Light would have been really big for them. That who picked that up? Save.
Also not the best first blood hero, but I think you're still pretty darn happy.
Yeah.
And they're doing exactly what they need to, which is to block that camp behind the Keeper of the Light's mid lane. They will get the D ward as well. They're seeing NTS kind of like play with the edge of the vision there. And Xnova will know. He will get the D ward on the medium camp. So that is the way Keeper of the Light kind of amplifies his farm is not only does he push the mid lane, but he constantly stacks the medium camp. Save is like, nah, buddy, we can play this game all day. Goes back, wards the camp again.
And he got first blood. He's got the money to spare for more sentries.
I mean, NTS will have to send out a sentry, right? Because none of the supports are going to come back to the mid lane. So
he's going to tell the supports to bring him a sentry.
Yeah,
send him one with a courier. Nah,
yeah,
looks like he's got one.
It is. No, it's Xnova's.
Oh, there you go.
Did exactly what you said. He's like, someone buy me a sentry.
I mean, both teams recognize it. Keeper is a big part of this. If Keeper has a very good game, he brings the damage to kill all these cores, especially these side lanes. So both teams trying to do their best to either stop the Keeper or enable him.
I mean, overall, I think this is still a very good result for BetBoom. They blocked the first spawn. It's not going to block the 2-minute spawn, but getting that first stack, preventing him, plus taking some gold out of the supports, forcing him to go for these early sentries. It works. It ends up being pretty successful for BetBoom.
How are the other lanes going? Nothing too crazy yet. Not our... I don't know if you remember, it was so long ago. We saw some cool creep aggro stuff in that bottom lane before, but these are much more playable lanes. No matchups that are so bad, like an Undying into Strength heroes, that it looks like we're just doing normal Dota so far.
Yeah, one little creep drag there from Bobica, but JT farms it up behind the tower, and Toronto Tokyo gets the pull onto the hard camp. So ends up being okay for them if they can actually farm this and keep the wave there. Yeah, all right. They're chilling. Let's take a look at top lane. This lane, I feel like we're going to see some action with the Bat Rider and this Techies eventually. Miro is probably fine, right? I feel like it's going to be these supports where we're going to see something kind of go wrong.
Yeah, potentially could. I'd say... Well, Bat Rider will have to run people down, which is a little tough when Lucent Beam could slow him down. Xnova has a slow, as well as once he's level 2, blast off to get away. Maybe we're seeing a little blood? Just more poking.
NTS is actually struggling quite a bit here in this mid lane, but does eventually get these creeps to meet back up. Yeah, I mean, Pango's having a fantastic game. 17-2, getting great swashbuckle connections here onto this Keeper of the Light.
Well, nothing eventually to say. The Keeper of the Light doesn't start with the highest base damage, so these early levels are a little rough. As he picks up more points in Illuminate, it becomes easier to just shove things out, and we'll start to see more of what we talked about.
Yeah, that is exactly where I was going to say.
I stole your thunder. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No. I'm glad my thought process was like correct, because part of me was like, maybe I'm wrong, but yeah, I feel like once he just gets to level 5, eventually level 6, he wants to rotate with the urn, right? That's typically what happens. Coddle hits level 6, he has his urn, gets solar bind, and shows up to a side lane instantly. So getting to that level 6 is very important for him.
toss back skewer. Wyvern under tower.
Oh, that's a nice one. And it does have
Or
the
not
Cold Embrace
first
to buy a
blood, but-
little bit of space. I mean, a lot of healing there. I think he gets tossed the Lotus as well, but the damage just too much from these beefy boys. And meanwhile, that is a solo kill on to nothing to say. Is he trying to go
huge
for the
for him.
rune? Why is he going for the rune? It's a coddle. Okay, well, he gets punished going for the rune and gives up a free kill to the Pangolier. That is massive now.
That's it's not how that mid lane's supposed to go.
Yeah, not at all. I mean, it would have been fine if he had his urn when he died, and then you're like, okay, at least I have an urn charge to rotate with, but he didn't. Top lane. Looks like X-Nova is going to sacrifice himself here to try and keep Monet alive. Has to commit the blast off to get away from that Bat Rider, and nice find. We're already seeing the aggression coming out from these side lanes. BetBoom having a great time. Obviously, you have that toss-back skewer you have to worry about with this tiny Magnus, but for the most part, BetBoom looking pretty good, especially in this mid lane. No, Monet. He's just taking a lot of damage here from this Dragon Knight.
And Dragon Knight went double bracer, 2 points in passive. He is happy to trade because he's going to regen up way faster than you. He's 16 right now. Still higher than the tangoed Luna.
Just passive. Yeah, that's good stuff. Oh my goodness. Dude, watching this mid lane is very unfortunate. Top lane, they're going to commit again onto Monet. The blast off comes through. They almost get saved. He commits the stick there at the last second. Bobica throws the tree. He has vision with the ward down to 5 HP. He needs the avalanche, and he's got him. Nice find from the Tiny. He's going to know about the ward now as the power rune spawns bottom, and it's an amplified damage here for GPK. That is quite nice.
Yeah, unlucky for them. If it had spawned top, they would have gotten it for G2.iG. And we're going to try to make use of this right away.
Yeah, I mean, well, nice juke there for the moment. Gets some healing going his way. He's quite fast, but the Pango should be able to fit. Oh, Swashbuckles, just not enough not enough damage. Dude, NTS had 7 wand charges as well. They're coming top. Monet getting dove again here from the Bat Rider, but there it is. Finally, the rotation from the Keeper of the Light, throwing out that Solar Bind. What a good response.
He needs
All right, that was a sick play.
Yeah, they need these kind of kills to pick back up that momentum that they lost.
Radiant is scanning.
In the meantime, it looks like Toronto Tokyo is trying to steal that Wisdom Rune. They're playing a little game there.
Yeah, Tiny was trying to make his play as well. Doesn't end up finding it. So overall, I mean, they almost, if they get that kill on Coddle mid lane, Luna certainly dies top as well. It would have been a massive change, but yeah, NTS with that rotation top ends up being really solid. And now has those early earn charges. We'll see if he can make another one, make use of the other one here as his ult comes off cooldown in about 15 seconds. Dude, they have put so much pressure on mid. Look at the amount of heroes that are just constantly here.
Yeah, it's a really cool identification of what they need to do. We have not gotten to see Keeper of the Light do what he usually does, just like blast out waves, jungle. Like you usually see him doing like bunches of jungle stacks, but he's been struggling, so he's just like doing as much as he can in the lane and then ganking a little. They're trying to get Wind Ranger, but I think they've already seen this coming. Oh, not fast enough.
Yeah, he goes for the focus fire, but guess what? You've got the Coddle here as well as the Tiny, and that's a great pickoff. Good use of that RP. Good little bait there from JT. And this is exactly what you need on G2.iG. You've got to manage to get some good early pressure out with this Keeper of the Light, as Toronto Tokyo just barely able to dodge out the vision of nothing to say.
Gonna go back mid. That's rare. Mid tower, already down to a third health. A Keeper of the Lights tower. You don't usually see that.
And Dragon Knight's been slowly chipping away at top as well. He's got one ult coming back up here in 30 seconds. they're going to bring in the numbers once again. Bobica as well as Xnova are here, but so is the Winter Wyvern. Toronto Tokyo trying to do what he can. They gets the taser off, gives him a little bit of extra speed, going for the blast off, does connect, but they still burn him down. And that tower will end up falling, so BetBoom again getting a little bit more map pressure, but Pango with an Invis rune, he's rotating in. He's going to be able to find Monet. They have no idea this Pangolier is sitting on top of him. Rolling Thunder will connect. He's going to be playing a little bit of ping pong, but he's completely trapped off the escape, and they get themselves another kill. Well played as they're looking for Bobica as well. The Dragon Fork comes out. They hit the Dragon Tail. They're trying to do what they can here on this Coddle, and he's dishing out a ton of damage. Xnova here as well. Save. He's caught from the Vessel, so this should be at least a return kill. Has nothing to say, should be able to run him down, and he does, so they get something out of it. But dude, the pressure that BetBoom is putting on the map against the Keeper of the Light is paying off so well.
Yeah, I thought they might go mid with the rest of this Dragon Knight form as well to just finish it off. It's pretty low, but maybe he just wants his Mage Slayer first.
Sorry, I just watched a nice little cliff there from JT, forces Nightfall to TP to his tower. I mean, that's pretty big. If you manage to actually catch the Wind Ranger or force her out of lane, she has no TP for the foreseeable future. But we're seeing Miro do what Dragon Knight does best. He comes mid now. He's like, I'll take another tower. Why not? You warmed it up for me, Pangolier. Now 2 towers down here at the 10-minute mark. That's like the dream when you're playing a DK. And this is an off-lane DK as well.
Nothing to Say does have his Spirit Vessel now. They need to find kills off of this. They're going for Blink on Magnus as well. If we don't see several successful plays by G2.iG in the next 5 minutes, they're going to be in a really rough spot. They're supposed to be... I mean, it's only 1k advantage technically, but like Keeper is 1,500 behind the Pango. That is not the way this mid pick was supposed to go in their mind. I suppose maybe it's exactly what BetBoom expected because they last picked the Pango, but maybe even this is a little bit more successful than they thought.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where you're looking at it and you're like, it's a good matchup for the game. Like, maybe the lane will be hard. Pango usually doesn't lose a lot of lanes. He can draw them at least. But to come out this far ahead, I think is definitely beating expectations for them. As we're going to see them smoke up. Save is level 6 now after that ancient stack, and he wants to put that lasso to good use. GPK, of course, having that defusal already done. Dude, Save's closing in on a Blink Dagger. He's 900 gold away on this Batrider. It's one of the reasons we've seen this Batrider get picked and have such a high win rate in this tournament is there's
Blink
not a lot you can do about it.
reveal.
Okay, they managed to actually find a great kill onto that Wind Ranger bottom save. Great cancel onto that blast off from the techies. He will be able to find that opening most likely down to super low HP, but a rotation from nothing to save. On the other side, though, they've caught Magnus. That's the big one. GPK trying to find this opening, forced to throw an RP. Maybe he gets out Blink in 1. He does, but he's got no mana. He needs to TP, gets clipped barely by the defusal there, so it's going to take him a moment.
Mango.
Yeah, dig up a mango. This is your moment. All right.
They're just going to let him go.
That's not bad. The Wind Ranger and the Batrider, you only end up losing the techies. That's a great win for G2.iG.
Yeah, the Blink reveal skewering the Wind Ranger back into a couple of techies' minds. A classic that we don't get to see too often nowadays, but shows it still works there. Don't actually get any objectives off of it, but I think you're okay with that currently.
Oh, the smoke pops. They're thinking of going in here, but with the Coddle behind them, it's a little bit scary.
Ooh, Kyle's going Dagon too.
Dude, it did get buffed. Like, level 1 Dagon is just a lot better.
I'm down for it. I'm sure he wishes he had a better game.
Yeah, it's true. Lasso Xnova will end up going down to Nightfall as he commits the focus fire for that one, which is not surprising. Nightfall's had a little bit of a rough game. Did he steal the whole stack?
I think so.
Dang, Save is a monster right now. Dude, he is so close to Blink. Just 60 gold.
He's very, very rich.
All right, right, let's do a
Mage
Luna
Slayer
check.
almost done too on the Dragon Knight.
Oh yeah, coming up on Courier. I mean, it comes out a little bit slower, obviously, thanks to the increased cost, but I think at the end of the day, it is still one of the most perfect items for a hero like Dragon Knight. It gives him literally everything he could ever ask for, so no surprise that the item build hasn't really changed for him. We're going to see Monet on this Luna just farming up some ancient camps. He's got his Dragon Lance. He's going for a Yasha into Manta. Pretty standard Luna stuff here. Really nothing out of the ordinary. But top lane, they're fishing, man. They want Miro. And JT's like, okay, short blink, maybe not. The toss out as well. They're like, guys, we need to retreat, but it sets up for a nice wash and income save. No lasso, but the Rolling Thunder will connect, and they're looking for more. He really wants the Magus, but pump fakes the RP. Bobica will be the one that ticks down onto the backside. So, a nice quick response from BetBoom. They do not want to give them anything.
On the one hand, you only lose the Tiny, but I really do think they need to find these kills here. It's not as simple as saying, like, we didn't get a kill, too bad, try again. Like, I feel you got to find these successes on Keeper of the Light, because the longer the game goes, I mean, the Mage Slayer is done, right, on the Dragon Knight, so that's one target that you're supposed to be able to kill pretty early, but I think that window's closed already, and the longer it keeps going...
bottom. Yeah, they're 100%, like, they saw the rotations coming through from IG. There's the Winter's Curse to hold this Luna in place just long enough for the rest of them come in, but a huge RP from JT connects onto 2. Do they have the damage? A great blast off. The double mines. They go boom. X Nova. A nice kill and a great connection from G2.iG. Toronto, Tokyo hiding in the trees here, but they will find them.
All right, now we're talking. That is the blink paying off. I was just telling them they got to find something, and they do. The blink payoff, he sped up on his Daggons, the Techies combo there. That was blast off on 3 heroes, mines on 3 heroes.
You got the best heroes for the RP as well, right? Both Dragon Knight and the Wind Ranger. Perfect avalanche into double mine. That is just, oof. That's good. That's good stuff.
Yeah, don't forget. A lot of people overlook it. They just think of the Techies mines. Oh, I hate Techies. The mines reduce magic resistance. So every time one blasts off in these fights and hits a lot of heroes, that is a lot of extra damage for your Coddle, for your Tiny, the Luna later when she does have Eclipse and all of that leveled up. So there's some very nice synergy. But the more magic resistance and dispels and BKBs on the enemy team, then obviously that drops off. And that's why it's so important for G2.iG to find these fights now before those items come online.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one of those things about Techies that I'm surprised was never nerfed, right? Like the magic resistance reduction, it's scaling from 15, 20 to 25 on the mines. It's like...
They got Blink Lasso, top lane.
Oh, wait. Can they find him? They do. Great grab here from the Batrider, but Bobica's ready. What a nice turnaround. And now Miro needs to be a little bit careful. You can't run from a Coddle. All he can do is hope to get into the trees, and he will. All right. Turns out you can just run from a Coddle if you just line of sight him.
Yeah, we do see there, though, like, that was a decent chunk of damage on the Dragon Knight. So imagine that without the Mage Slayer already being done. If he didn't have such a good lane.
Oh, boy. JT, they're fishing. I think they saw the...
Triple mines. Do it.
They know someone's there. They don't know who it is. You don't even need to RP. They know someone's there. They see them being taken.
It's worth it. Dang. I think if they know it's Pango, they definitely do it. Did they not?
I mean, they had to know someone was there.
Oh, save is not as good of a target.
They had the bonus night vision from Monet is what it was this time. They were waiting for Monet to come down for the Lunar Blessing night vision. Committing RP for the Batrider doesn't feel great, but it's one of those little fun kills. Yeah, it's a fun little play. It's kind of worth it, I guess.
Oh, Pango would have been so good. Or multiple heroes even. That damage, it ain't single target, nothing about that. That was all mine damage. Yes, level 1 Dagon done, and I love the Quirkify. Let's go Dagon 5.
Oh my goodness. All right, I thought he might just leave it at Dagon 1 because the spell lifesteal and the cooldown got buffed so much. And he might look for something like a Scythe or the Aghanim Scepter because, I mean, let's be honest, Will-O-Wisp is super annoying to deal with. But they will go ahead and just queue up level 5 Dagon. We'll see if it ends up coming online.
I think he's one of the best heroes to make use of it, thanks to the Solar Bind, just giving you extra value. Nightfall's almost got BKB, though. Not really going to be able to make use of it on him. Manta in the works for Dragon Knight as well. Still a little bit off, but you'll be able to dispel the Solar Bind after that.
I mean, G2.iG are in a pretty good spot, right? The Keeper of the Light, who definitely struggled earlier into the Pango lane, he's managed to find a lot. The Luna is always going to be at the top of the net worth if you get this much space to farm. So she's level 15 now, has that Grove Bow on top of the Dragon Lance. Literally one of the best items you probably could ask for at this stage of the game. And I think you're afraid on BetBoom, because if you don't see where this Techies Magnus is, which... they're doing it again, just setting up mines, playing around a ward, waiting for some skewer opportunity. You got to be a little bit worried about it. Mid lane. And yes, we'll see GPK kind of show for a moment. It's a shield rune on the top side, so they'll back away. Roshan just destroying mines. Good stuff. Oh, they just smoked under a ward. BetBoom, no. I mean, these two lane wards are actually so sick from BetBoom because they're not likely to get dewarded. And if you have any idea where the Techies or the Magnus are, you can kind of play around it and dodge it. And they're just going to smoke right into them.
Yeah, they're feeling good about it.
Oh, dodging it out for the moment. Smoke's going to pop. JT goes for the blink. Doesn't see them, but save. He's got his target, and there it is. The lasso back. Bobica with a nice avalanche to toss. BKB out from the Magnus. He gets away for now, but there's the Winter's Curse. Toronto Tokyo's got a blink of his own. Locks in two great heroes. JT's going to fall, and now nothing to say on the run. The nice BKB from Nightfall sets himself up for a great double kill. Dude, what a find from the Wyvern.
They tried to get out when the smoke broke on the high, like he couldn't see the high ground and the smoke broke. He blinked away, but needed to skewer as well. Maybe forgetting that Batrider has such a fast blink, or I guess he didn't know it was a Batrider that was there. But because of that, Batrider was able to catch that. And then if it had just been tiny, it would have been okay. But yeah, great Winter's Curse to get them 2 more kills.
They're looking for Miro. Avalanche, toss, and surprise, there's a bunch of mines already set up, and Miro tanking for a bit, but will eventually go down. Kill goes the way of Monet. I mean, that's a good at least return kill, as the other heroes on G2.iG respawn. They're pinging out the mid lane. Toronto Tokyo only 10 seconds till his ult's back off cooldown. You don't have that like bonus night vision to play around here on the Luna anymore.
This blink is scary on the Winters.
Whoa.
Nice try.
Very nice attempt, but of course Toronto Tokyo is ready. Gets the blink away. Does slow down the push for the moment, but the backdoor protection shouldn't make it in time. So Monet will grab himself the first tier 2 tower of the game, which is surprising because both other lanes tier 1 towers have been mostly untouched this game.
Yeah, it's been easier for them to set up here. Off that earlier fight we saw them win, they took this tier 1. They've had a much easier time coming down here, planting the wards, planting the mines. It's made BetBoom a little cautious of playing this area, which maybe it's going to let them get Roshan?
I'm surprised.
On the way.
They're dropping the 3 mines here for the Roche. Your Roche take is not that fast, and now you don't have mines to scout this smoke rotation from BetBoom.
Luna is pretty strong, highest farm net worth in the game. She's got to be really careful about getting Winter's Cursed or something.
GPK just goes in, gets a great stun onto 2. The Winter Wyvern's available, but a nice Avatos in. Bobica grabs both supports. A huge win for them. And now Miro, he comes in, but the RP from JT was still available. X-Nova with a blast off. They're just getting destroyed. Monet gets an ultra kill. What a find from the Tiny.
That's crazy, actually. That seemed like such a good roll from GPK too. Just blinks on top of there, immediately hit 2 of the cores. But the rest of the team gets caught by the Tiny. Yeah, we're gonna get a replay right here.
I can't believe he found these heroes.
But in the back,
Dude,
Winter gets tossed in. Just has to panic ult. Not the best ult, but to get something off. But both cores already popped BKB, so it wasn't even that big of a deal.
Yeah, and at that point, it's like you're getting tossed into an eclipse, right? It like Luna barely got that eclipse off, just instantly dies. Mike Magnus not having to commit the RP yet. Dude, that was a sick fight from G2.iG. Very different from game number 1, where we see them struggling around the Roche pit. They get it this time, as well as the Aegis.
Yeah, I was worried with you. Like all 3 mines onto Roshan was scary, but they backed out in time, took their positions, and Boboka, great catch. We saw him play really well last game with the ratting to drag the game as long as possible for his team. Now we're seeing him find some great stuff on the Tiny.
One of the reasons we see this Tiny become so popular, right? Like this hero has just looked so good this tournament. So not that surprising. We're going to see Dragon Knight trying to cut some lanes here as he heads further into the jungle. Top lane, they see Nightfall for a moment, but no Monet. He's got his sights set on this top lane. He wants the tier 2 towers. As Dragon Knight has a Manta in a few seconds, he'll probably try and cut another wave, but Coddle's looking for him. And they might run right into him as he sees the Manta. That's one of the reasons you go for the Dagon as well. Instantly kills the illusions. As Miro?
Did you not see him? Okay, no,
he did. Pops the spirit form. He's fast, but oh man, he gets away.
That would have been huge for them.
Yeah, he had no Manta to get out, so we're hunting bottom. Looking to go fishing again here on this Magnus. Save is going for a potential wraparound, but will they find their opening? JT up onto the high ground, does see GPK, gets the rolling thunder off immediately. Toronto Tokyo will TP out, as well as GPK.
A moment too late.
All right, good escape there from BetBoom, as Monet is now looking for this mid lane tower. He's going for the Conda, and honestly, I don't blame you. As soon as you get to that 20 talent, you want the Conda. We've seen how much damage goes. Save goes in, just gets destroyed by this Luna. Has to back away right away. As Monet, good response with that Manta. And up to the high ground they go. They're going to have to respond to this. This Luna, you cannot afford to lose this tower. But without a fortification, there's not a lot you can do. I think they saw the Dragon Knight. Coddle coming into the mid lane with those boots of travel does just immediately clear up the illusion, and he's going to just start beelining it towards his hero. But Miro, he's having his own little fight. He's going to TP home. All right. But Monet, the big objective here, it's being taken. He's getting the barracks. The fortification will slow them down for a moment, and the wave, it's gone, actually. They have no wave. So Dragon Knight's done what he needed to do. They're still looking for him, but they can't find the real DK. They do finally. Bobica grabs him on the wraparound here, and Miro will be punished, but saving that high ground, saving the entire lane of Rax, absolutely worth it.
He's going to send him more illusions in, but creeps aren't here yet. If I learned anything from last game, this is only the early game, so we're fine. BetBoom has 60 more minutes to go.
There's 2 creeps here. They made it to the base, and Luna doing what she does best, takes buildings. So finally, the lane of barracks will fall. Maybe a futile effort for the DK. Hard to say. He has no buyback for 30 seconds, so you can absolutely go bottom.
It was worth trying, and he kind of had to do it. He just really wanted to get out alive.
Dude, look at the night vision coming out from the Luna here. She sees everything in the backside, and Coddle even trying to scout through the trees. JT will come up to the high ground. He's got that blink available. They see the TP in from the bat, I think. Maybe they did. It's hard to say. There's the lasso. They know Luna. She's got the BKB available, and she's just going to finish off the barracks. Save! Where did his health go? Just dies to the active of the Moonglaves. And Monet sniped. Nice find there from Nightfall. The question is, can they do anything else? I don't think so. The counter initiation just seemingly too strong from G2.iG.
I like the patience from JT there. Just that was a very good high ground push from G2.iG overall. Just let Monet hit the buildings. No one try to start anything. If they go on Monet, we'll see, because Monet actually still has the Aegis. So if we don't like that fight, we keep waiting it through. That's exactly what they did. BetBoom recognized it. They can't push it too hard because they know that RP is just waiting for them. So ultimately they lose 2 sets, and they've actually got this amplified damage. They're looking for more.
This is such a sick smoke, and playing around this nighttime vision from the Luna is literally everything they need to be doing right now. They're up onto the high ground, and they find Toronto Tokyo. There's the Conda, baby. Instantly dead, and they're going to lose save as well.
Oh my,
they're
just going to go for it.
Might just die here. They are. They're going to go for it. They have no buybacks available. Your creep wave is coming down the mid lane. They're pinging it like, don't let anyone kill this. Amplified damage will expire, but oh boy, you are in trouble here for BetBoom. G2.iG, the Rolling Thunder coming through from GPK. Nightfall with his own BKB. They're going to try and settle for the Coddle, at least for the moment, and they get him. Buyback is available. Monet still has his BKB at the ready. He's going to turn it on. Look to try and maybe find a kill, but we'll just use it to disengage. Not wanting to throw the lead that they have built right now. And I can't really blame them.
That is a great call to go for that win. I like it a lot. It's playing to win. Maybe, unfortunately, you know, being knocked out of the group, but maybe that's freed them up a little bit, willing to take some of these ballsier plays. But I like it a lot there.
I think like the Luna has just paid dividends at this point, right? Like Nightfall has just not been able to keep up with this hero. And we saw in that last fight, like when the Batrider went in and got the lasso, he managed to get Moonglaves off. I looked at the Batrider's death summary. He took 1,700 damage from Moonglaves, not a single attack. It was just Moonglaves killed him 100-0 in the lasso duration. Like that is.
See how fast it takes Tormentor
nuts.
There too.
Yeah,
it's a really good shard for fighting anyone who gets in range of that. Winranger's kind of good at keeping her distance, but she's been having a hard time getting in these fights. I think G2.iG has really stepped up the way they're taking these fights in this game. I don't know if everyone's just more comfortable with their heroes. The laning stage, a little rough, but once it's come together, I've really liked the way they're approaching all of this. They're in a good spot. Probably just wait for the next Roshan, grab that, and then just run it down the top lane.
Yeah. Would you see the Black Dragon now available here for Miro, level 18? Does have the Aghanim Scepter, which is great. I mean, this is the timing that you want to hit on your Dragon Knight, but you are still going to struggle at killing this Luna. And so I'm trying to figure out how that's going to happen. It has to be Nightfall, but he is pretty... I mean, he's pretty far away from like a substantial damage item, right? Like he's got, you know, Gleipnir, BKB, which are not bad, but he's going for an Aghanim Scepter next to try and survive.
Yeah, you sort of have to kite the Luna, get her to kill one of her teammates with a Winter's Curse, and then just keep moving around her while dealing with the other heroes. Because if you try to directly fight her, like this Glaives pop up and all the balances everywhere, that's going to destroy your team. So it's pretty tough for BetBoom. They don't have the same repositioning heroes that G2.iG has. They're going to try to contest this Roche coming in here.
They're sending in the DK Illusions here to try and scout this. Monet will just stand here pretty aggressively. JT goes for the Horn Toss, doesn't connect, but here comes the Rolling Thunder from GPK. He's going to be forced to BKB here on Monet. He wants this Aegis so badly, but the lasso comes through the Radiant. They get the Roshan and everything's on the deck, but Monet gets the Satanic off. Can he survive? He can for the moment. The heals from nothing to say, doing the work. 4 dead on BetBoom. Miro's going to come back to life, but it's a DK without that transformation. And boy, oh boy, Are you not going to have the damage to bring down the Luna now?
Mone's not even
looking
gonna die.
quite good. Toronto, Tokyo, you ain't making it out either. Basically a 6 for 0 as they will double buyback
To protect their ancient.
Yeah, that might do it. A completely different performance here from G2.iG this game, winning all of these Roche fights. It was a great attempt there from this Batrider to go in and get the lasso, but no one went for, no one could finish off the Luna. They just didn't have the damage.
It was a really unfortunate Pango roll. On his way in, he bounces on the edge of Roche, so then he has to blink in, and then he gets stuck in the corner of the pit. So a lot of roll was wasted there, which I think is essential for them to disrupt the fight and let Wind Ranger pick off at least one target. Hopefully this Luna, like, just focus fire, run next to her the entire time. But when the other heroes are alive, because roll is getting stuck, you just can't do that.
Yeah. So G2.iG having restraint, looking for top lane. JT gets the horn toss, the skewer back, the double mines, Anaconda Lucent Beam onto the top. That is always going to be a recipe for success. I mean, a single Lucent Beam did 981 damage.
There are some things in Dota that are just really funny, and watching someone's entire health bar disappear instantly, that's one of them.
That is absolutely one of them. Well, Miro gets tossed in. Great rolling thunder from GPK to try and make some space here, but Miro, he's got the solar bind on him, and there's the RP. He finds Nightfall, and he's going to have to run away as fast as possible. He's going to turn his attention onto Boba, going to try and find the kill, but the GG comes out, and there it is. G2.iG, you know, a little bit unfortunate for them as they're already out of the